More than a decade after the Ice Bucket Challenge took over social media, the awareness and the funding is turning into real breakthroughs for ALS as new clinical trials are showing real promise. Aging Untold Extra's Tisha Powell has the story of one patient in a groundbreaking trial.
It'll be 40 years in June.
40 years of marriage for Dee and Tim Evans, and as fate would have it, in this love story,
Till death do us part.
their most challenging chapter began on Valentine's Day 2014. Tim's official ALS diagnosis came with a devastating reality.
ALS has no cure.
10 years later, the disease has severely impacted Tim's speech and movement. But at Johns Hopkins Medicine in Baltimore, he found hope. When the opportunity came to participate in groundbreaking research, Tim made his choice. He wanted to help others. Tim volunteered for a study testing a brain-computer interface, or BCI, an implanted device that translates brain signals into computer commands. Aging Untold board-certified physician Dr. Ray Rogers explains how it works.
So with the ALS person, just remember that they have paralysis of the muscles, but their brain is still able to generate signals and think. So what the BCI is doing is it's actually interpreting those signals, those electrical signals, and it's sending it to a computer which can perform the command.
Researchers are testing if Tim can control smart home devices, lights, TV, all without moving or speaking. The early results have been remarkable. The BCI achieved a 90% accuracy rate and maintained that performance over 3 months without retraining. Rogers says clinical trials like this matter.
New technology, we're having a better understanding of what's going on with the body, and surgery comes with a risk, but you have to weigh the risk of doing nothing or trying to get something out of it.
For Dee and Tim, this technology represents more than science.
It improves the quality of life. Rather than relying on somebody to do it for you, he can still do it for himself.
Make the best of it.
That is incredible. If this interests you, you can watch Aging Untold Extra right here on KLTV and KTRE. The show airs every weekday afternoon at 2:30.